When you think about this season that's about to begin, and we know the Celtics are favored to repeat as champions, what's most intriguing to you right now? And we'll get to LeBron and Bronny. We're legally obligated to. But in terms of teams, Adam, what are you thinking about?
Well, first and foremost, let me set the record straight with Dan here. Dan, I did not become an insider. The talks were preliminary.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
Never advanced to an advanced level. I would have been open to it, but that doesn't mean that I can't be a closet news junkie on the side and look out for NBA information. But getting past that, I think the team that we need to focus on this season, because this will impact the way Jeremy thinks as well, because it impacts LeBron James and Bronny James. Watch out for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're coming this year. And I don't remember the last time we had a victory parade through the streets of Oklahoma City, but I think that could be coming this year with that Thunder team being as good. Now, I know Isaiah Hartenstein just went down, has a finger injury, thumb injury, whatever it may be, hand injury, 5-6 weeks. That's a blow to the team, but that team has got so much talent, has been built the right way, that this to me is shaping up as an Oklahoma City Thunder type of season, according to my sources, Dan.
Well, you didn't mention Chet Holmgren has changed his shooting style from three-point range. I mean, let's go all in, a deep dive into your Oklahoma City Thunder. I do think they're a wonderful team, a great story. Feels like they got 68 first-round picks coming up as well, so they're in good shape. But it's the overriding LeBron and Bronny trumps everything. It dominates. Nobody's going to talk about the Celtics during the regular season.
Well, what are they going to do? Let's just put this out there, as everyone already has. But how are the Lakers going to manage this if he's not productive?
Well, no, they're just going to give him a celebratory appearance like opening night, and then maybe on Christmas he'll be there. I think he should be spending the entire season in the G League, because the pressure that's on him. I watched him against Golden State the other night, and before you say, boy, how about get a life, Dan? You're right. But I was watching for Dalton Connect because that guy can play. Kid out of Tennessee. LeBron, Bronny comes in and you can't help but root for him, but he's just not ready to contribute. And it's almost like, hey, let's put Bronny. They were chanting Bronny. They wanted him to play. I don't think he's going to be up there. But look, if it helps LeBron, keeps LeBron engaged, keeps LeBron in a Laker uniform, he wants to play, then I think it's a positive. How many guys drafted 55th do you go, whatever happened to him? What a bust. He was drafted 55th. Maybe he gets to play a little bit there. It's a cute story. Do I think it ruined the Lakers or means they're not serious, as DeMarcus Cousins said recently? No, they're serious. Because LeBron wants to win one more title. He's still chasing Mike. So it's going to be a big, big story. It shouldn't be as big as it's going to be, but I'm going to blame SportsCenter. When all else fails, blame SportsCenter.
You're not the only one, Dan. Tracy, Bill, you want to take that?
Yeah, I think it's great that they're having this opportunity to play together. Certainly, LeBron and all that he's done and all he's done for the Lakers deserves this opportunity to play with his son, whether he plays or not, just to be in the same organization. I thought it was interesting when he talked to reporters and they asked him a question about Bronny, and he said, go ask Bronny. Right? Like, he's the guy now. He's his own person. He can answer his own questions. Who knows if they wind up on the court this year together and how much they play together. But certainly, as you said, Dan, it keeps LeBron with the Lakers. It keeps him in a uniform. It keeps him playing. And no doubt, it's going to motivate him to try and win one more championship so that his son could get a ring as well alongside him. I think it's a great story. If it means that's why we're going to tune in to watch these games, it's great for the NBA.
Yeah, I just think it's a manufactured story. And let me just say this. I mean, I respect LeBron, who's gone from, from kid out of high school, and he's met every type of expectation. He's gotten power and all that. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate as parents, we'll do everything we can do to advance our children. Everything we can do to advance our children. That includes LeBron James. It includes making sure his son gets something that maybe he did not deserve. So getting back to the original question about the NBA, I think that the real NBA, real competition, I think the Celtics are probably the most motivated team in the NBA because you got two superstars on that team who come into the season pissed off. Jason Tatum comes in because he was humbled during the Olympics. Jaylen Brown comes in because he was humbled by being left off the team. I think that the Celtics are probably the most motivated team in the NBA.
Did not play in the preseason finale versus the Lakers on Friday due to a sprained right index finger. However, Coach Steve Kerr says he expects Curry to play in the season opener Wednesday versus Portland. The two-time MVP is starting his 16th season with the Warriors. Well, with his dad looking on and the rest of the Lakers sitting out, starters anyways, Bronny James enjoyed his best game yet on an NBA court. Lakers rookie was in the starting lineup last night, had 17 points on 7 of 17 from the floor to go with 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block. The Lakers still lost 132-74 to the Warriors. Here's our NBA insider on what this performance means and doesn't mean for Bronny.
Well, let's start with the fact that, yes, it was an incredibly impressive preseason performance for Bronny James and exactly what he needed and the Lakers wanted to see out of him to get some confidence going in for the regular season. But the reality is it doesn't solve the real question of whether or not Bronny belongs in the NBA. Even this morning, I talked to a scout who had scouted Bronny in college who still isn't buying that he's going to be able to make it work at that level. He is still a part of that group. And there's a sizable chunk of them across the NBA, executives, scouts, players, who just think he's there because of his dad. The Lakers push back on that. LeBron's people will push back on that. And Bronny James, in the few times he's been around the media since he's become a pro, has gently pushed back on that. And so that incredible performance in preseason game against the Warriors, it certainly adds a little more credence and I think a little more weight to the question we're going to start to solve in a few days. Does Bronny James belong in the NBA when the games count?
Friday night's game closes the book on the preseason for the Lakers. As Bill mentioned, the games count for real starting on Tuesday. Lakers playing in the late game on opening night against the Timberwolves, who are coming off their best season in a couple of decades. Minnesota also has a new look roster after trading Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks in a deal that netted them Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. The opening game has the Celtics raising their championship banner as the Knicks come to town.
Ori, Mike Bresnahan, Allie did the pregame show. She's at home watching. We appreciate that. Mike Trudell is in the Bay Area. He's going to take care of all the post-game interviews. Hopefully we get some guys. Yeah. Because the preseason is in the books. Lakers lose to the Warriors up in Northern California. They sit 8 of their top 9 guys in preparation for the season opener, which is going to be on Tuesday here in Los Angeles against the Minnesota Timberwolves. 2 players, though, that did get a lot of run, Bronny James and Quincy Oliveri. Bronny James had his best game, 17 points. Oliveri had 22. Big game. Let's start with Bronny. He got extended run and did a nice job.
I think as soon as he calms down and gets some of the attention off of him and just starts to relax. We talked about it pregame a little bit. Kind of unfair, all the attention he's been getting. And I think one of the first times tonight, he played a little bit relaxed. You know, didn't rush everything, took the shots that came to him. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, it's a preseason game. The outcome wasn't what I'm sure the team wanted, but he got some run, and there you go. 17 points, 7 for 17.
Get to talk to Steph, too. Steph's giving him a little love.
Uncle Steph?
Oh, yeah. You know, this is one of those games where you can, like, get these guys a chance to come out and play a little bit, get a little rust off, you know. And also, when you watch guys that are trying to make a team, and those first couple of games, you don't really get a chance to see what they can do. This is a chance to watch them against, you know, different competition. Because in practices are easy sometimes because you know the play and you can either cheat on defense or what. Now in this case, you know, are you able to understand the game plan? Are you able to go out and execute? So I think this was a great way for the coaching staff to assess these guys to see who they're going to keep, you know, or let go.
Bronny talked to Trudell for the game, talked about how much he's learning and coming to work every day and dream come true. And, you know, tonight he got to play a lot of minutes and probably looked the most comfortable he has and it was a big part of it. So that was fun.
Amazing how that works. You know, the more you play, the more comfortable you look and act.
Your holds, but I feel like every couple years, you know, in the preseason, there's a guy that kind of pops up on the radar that you just want to root for. He seems to be that guy, James, great personality. He did everything he could when he was out there. He got buckets. He played hard, had that smile. You saw him right there getting a picture with Steph. He doesn't know if he's ever going to be on that court with him again. So, but I'm rooting for a guy like that.
So am I, Geeter.
Yeah.
He's hungry. Okay, you can tell the guy's hungry, minded, and I like him. I like his game. Look at the comparison right there. Preseason, Oliveira has a lot of potential, in my opinion.
Hey, by the way, Geet, the most important number there for Bronny, 35 minutes. I mean, that's a lot of PT right there, Rob. That's impressive. And Quincy, his story just gets better and better. I mean, he played 4 years at Rice. He transferred to Xavier as a graduate student. All he did there was set the single season record for threes. Now, he's not with the Lakers technically. He's on what they call an Exhibit 10. So he'll be with the South Bay Lakers. Lakers have no room on the big roster. They got 15 full-time players, so to speak. But a fun game for him as well. It's been fun to watch both those guys tonight, Keith.
All right, let's talk about a couple of guys that will be playing on Tuesday now that the preseason is over and Tuesday is upon us, guys. LeBron and AD. It was a great summer for both of them. They won gold for Team USA. Both came in physically and mentally ready for the season. They had a great preseason when they did play. Big game, let's start with LeBron James, year 22. I mean, I know we've talked a lot about it in these last few weeks, especially on Media Day. But it's just truly incredible to see the guy in year 22 look just like the guy was in year 16.
Hello. Still on Bronny James is at a turning point in his career. His preseason has not been impressive, and there is talk of him being sent to the G League. Kenyon Martin from Gil's Arena raised concerns about the risks of this move, such as the possibility of other players who earn less trying to take advantage of Bronny's presence. The main goal of the G League would be to give him a chance to test himself against competitors seeking NBA spots, which could better prepare him for the challenges of the league. Dan Patrick believes that Bronny is not yet ready to play consistently in the NBA. He suggests that the youngster spend the season in the G League, where he would face less pressure and have more time to develop, something that has already been discussed within the Lakers' environment. J.J. Redick supports the idea of using the G League as a development tool. Despite this, Bronny has shown flashes of talent, such as in the game against the Warriors, when he scored 17 points. But he still needs to achieve consistency. Some believe that his presence could benefit his father, LeBron James, by motivating him to stay on the team. LeBron has shown a newfound enthusiasm when playing with his son, which could positively impact the entire team. However, keeping Bronny on the first team could limit his minutes on the court, and he needs to play more to adapt to the intensity of the NBA. Unlike Dalton Connect, who is more experienced, Bronny is still developing his skills and confidence. The G League could be essential to speed up that process. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any news. Best wishes and see you next time.